writer, and this is how I use the Notes app to keep track of the thoughts I have going on in my head. You should know it's extremely chaotic, and there's very little rhyme or reason, but it makes sense up here in my own head. So at the very beginning of the conception, I will just write down any thoughts I have. It'll be very haphazard and all over the place, but I usually can remember what I'm trying to look for, so all I have to do is search it into the Notes app search bar, and it'll come up. So I don't really have to do a whole lot of organizing. Once I start writing, I try to log every single name that I mention, every single place that I mention, every single terminology that I insert into the story. I try to write it down so that I can keep track of it and use it later on to foreshadow if I need to. I might also make a character note for a specific character and then a note for another character, so any thoughts I have about that specific character are somewhat organized into their own categories. The biggest way I use the Notes app, though, is after my first draft and I'm starting to go back and I edit. So I will reference all of the notes that I've already written down and try to implement them where I can, if I can. But then, as I'm going through that edit, that first edit, second edit, third edit, whatever, I will create a list of things that I need to change so that I don't forget to change them. And then when I was writing the second book, I did the same thing where, I have to go back and change something in the first book so that I can make it work in the second book. And I make a list, and then I just go through the list, ticking off each thing as I edit, and it's great. It's very helpful. I will also throw random deleted scenes into my Notes app. If you are writing and you decide you want to take out a scene or something that you've written down because it no longer fits, just put it into a deleted scenes folder so that if you need to go back and pull it back out again, you change your mind or you want to reference it in a different way, you don't have to rewrite the whole thing. That's how I use the Notes app for writing. Again, very chaotic. I wouldn't recommend you using my methods, but that's what works for me.